Welcome back to another Scottish Tech YouTube video. So in this one we're on our way to Abington Services. We have a trailer with a sticky brake slash brake that's basically staying on and heating up. So unsure what it is, no idea what the trailer is, nothing. So we're going into this completely blind, but we are currently leaving Bothwell. We're going to head down the M74 to Abington and then we'll give it a wee investigation and see what is wrong with it. Now we're underneath the trailer in question. It's a low loader, so there is not much room. But this wheel locked up this morning and it blew out both tyres. So that's the wheel that's locking up. We've got new brake chambers etc. already on this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jack it up, wind the brakes off, make sure the wheel spins when the brakes are wound off, adjust it up properly to the correct sort of setting, see if it still spins, and we'll take it from there. Tesla's got the axle jacked up, so I don't know if you can see, but that wheel's spinning no problem. This wheel is solid, so I'm going to have to crawl on the other side just because I can't reach and go in there and see what the adjustment's like. 12mm on a ratchet, just put it on the adjuster, and it will wind this all the way off until it's completely sort of back. That is completely wound back, the ratchet is solid and the wheel's still solid, so inside that drum there must be an issue. I'm going to have to get a torch and try and have a look inside. Had to cut the clamp off that holds the back plates on because the bolt snapped, so we cut that off with the Dremel, and now you can take the back plates off and see what's happening inside there. Now all the shoes and everything look fine, they've obviously just been replaced. The springs there, the clips in it, the other side, from what I can see, it's all sitting on the S-cam, so I'm actually starting to think this could maybe be a collapsed wheel bearing. As you can see, when the brakes are wound off, get my wee bar, like, as you see it closer, you can maybe see the shoe moving there. So that shoe's not touching the drum and the bottom's the exact same, but our wheel's still not spinning. So the only other thing it can be is a wheel bearing. Now I've just spoke to the customer. I told him that I reckon it is the hub that's knackered, so he's only came for just outside Glasgow. So the two options was either I go and get parts, my hub puller, come back and fit the hub here, or we'll strap it up and I will escort him back up to they've got a workshop, so we'll escort it back up there and then they could they'll strip it in their workshop in-house. So that is the option that we've opted for. So I'm going to go under here then out, get it all strapped up, and we'll escort them back up the road. Now the first step is strapping up an axle. Is we're going to have to jack this up basically as high as we can possibly get it. So until we max out the jack and get ourselves the maximum amount of clearance underneath that wheel. Now we have, with the torch, strapped that around the chassis basically there, around the axle twice, up the other side, but as tight as we can, tighten the strap up. So now we should be able to let this jack down and this wheel should hopefully stay off the deck. No, that didn't work. So I think again I've got the suspension on the trailer right up there now, so I'm going to go and dump all the air out the trailer so the chassis is basically as low as possible, and then we'll strap it there and be able to lift it. This time we've got it round the axle and it goes up and through the ratchet strapped up on top of the bed, so hopefully this time if we do that and if we lift the suspension, hopefully it lifts that axle up. I missed a good bit of that on the GoPro. I started to get pretty frustrated. So basically, because it's a low loader and when you're releasing the jack, like once the axle comes to settle sort of with the strap, every single time it was settling too much and the wheel was constantly touching the ground. No matter how high I jacked it up, it was just, I could only jack up so far and then it was end up lifting the full trailer. So what I've had to do is I had to whip the wheels off, jack it right up, strap it up without the wheels on, and then we've disconnected the airbag and shock absorber just to get maximum height. So when we released it down, it was up off the drum was nowhere near the ground, and then we've chucked the wheels on the body on the flatbed and strapped them down as well. So we're now escorting them back up to 74, back to the workshop, and then I believe they've already got a hub on the way for it, so that'll go straight in the workshop, and their boys will, well, it's already sort of half stripped. All they need to do is take the hub off basically and replace it. I've took all the wheels and that off for them, so aye, then that'll be that back on the road, and it can head back down south to its new customer. Just a few minutes away now for getting this back to the workshop, so we've got up this we've got up this far but no issues anyway, so can't see it being another issue in the next mile or two, but we'll escort them all the way in, and then after this I'll take you with me, because we couldn't fix that one. We'll go along to the next one. We've got an MEN in Edinburgh that's got exhaust engine management lights, so we'll come along with that one after this, and we'll see if we can sort that one. Right, well, you now join me. I'm on my way to Hawick to a Mercedes Sprinter. The driver's window won't go up or won't go down. I was meant to join you, well, I was meant to take you with me on that MEM. So I went to it and I had all the faults in the dash and it wasn't starting, so to me it was a flat battery. When I've connected the jump pack, obviously the right way around, double checked it, it literally just created like a short circuit and it had just melted everything. It melted all my Anderson cables, my jump leads, like it melted, set the jump leads on fire. It was a wee bit chaotic, burnt my finger to bits trying to get it off, and I had to take all the battery boxes out of the van because it was smoke was belting at it. So I obviously had no video to anything, but that's another job I need to now rewire the van tomorrow. But there's something seriously wrong with that truck, so it's going to get recovered back to a workshop. I've disconnected the batteries on it, I've disconnected the batteries in my van so that we didn't go up in flames. But that was a wee bit thrilling, got the heart rate going, but unfortunately I didn't video any of it because I thought it was just going to be a quick 2 seconds jump start, which it ended up not being. So we're now on our way to Hawick. We'll go and look at this Sprinter and hopefully we can sort of either fix that or diagnose it and see what's up with. This video is basically, it's went to crap to be honest with you. So we went into Hawick and the van wasn't even on site, they were away using it. It's not going to be back until 10 o'clock tonight, so I wasn't sitting about for 4 hours waiting on that coming back. So just drove back up the road. So it's, the videos kind of took quite a bad turn. But before we end, I'm going to show you the wiring that, so that MEM, I reckon what's happened is, I reckon they've tried to jump start it, and I think that they've put obviously the power on that the wrong way and shorted something out. And in turn, when I've connected the van, it's tried to basically short my van out. So have a look at this. Obviously I've had to wrap black tape around that, but look at the state of the wiring. The earth and the power, and it is like that all the way along. Literally everywhere. It is completely melted. I had to disconnect the battery because I didn't want it staying on when I was driving with bare wire, just in case it went up in flames again. But that's my first job for tomorrow. I need to go and get wire and rewire this because we use the batteries quite a lot for the inverter and stuff and jump starts, so I'm not having that like that because that's just a fire hazard. So that is tomorrow's first job, but certainly made it interesting today. But the video's not really took the turn that I expected it to take, so hopefully the next one's a wee bit better. But anyway, still the same, thanks for watching, hit the subscribe button, click to watch a video you've maybe not seen before, and the next one will be on Friday, where I'm either going to do the van tour, with a tour of the toolboxes like people have asked for, or the meet the team one. I've not decided what one's going to come out on Friday, but there'll be one of them. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you on Friday.